Molweni, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to this week's An Nur the Light. We hope that you enjoy every episode as we search high and low to bring you the best of Muslim South Africa. This week we're off to the windy city of Port Elizabeth, where we met with a dynamic woman working in the motor industry.
The motor vehicle industry is traditionally known as a male-dominated space. But over the years, some women have been making inroads and creating an equal place for themselves. Former teacher, journalist, now communications manager Gishma Johnson has broken the mold and is forging a path for herself and gaining the respect of all who cross her path.
Being a Muslim woman in any environment, and especially I work in quite a male-dominated environment when it comes to manufacturing of vehicles, but your softer skills, you'll find mainly there's women in the softer skills. My manager, for example, is also a woman. She runs communication in Africa and Middle East. I run communication in South Africa. So I do work with a lot of male counterparts. But what I find actually is they respect you for what you know. They respect you for how you handle your job. And there's no real issue, to me that is. I haven't experienced anything where there was anything feministic against me or so. You know, the respect for how you carry out your job has always been tremendous.
Gishma works in a high-pressured environment, but has managed to keep her wits about her. Not only has she climbed the corporate ladder, but she's always there to lend a helping hand or a listening ear to friends and colleagues.
Firstly, it's probably her style of management. I love it. It's something I probably aspire to one day as well when I get to that level. That's where you actually get trust from your subordinates, and people believe in you and they work harder for you. Also, her experience in writing and her knowledge of the field. Every single day is a new lesson. You come with something new, and it's a whole lot of discussion. And also, I suppose, her knowledge about life as well. I mean, our conversations in the office are not only strictly on work, but, you know, personal life, family life, and just like what a strong woman she is as well.
Her role model has always been her dad, who instilled in her the drive to better herself. Whenever she gets a moment, Gishma visits her father to catch up on his day and discuss current affairs. She credits her father for also pushing her to give back to the community, and she does this by volunteering her services at an old age home.
Giving of your time is as much a sadaqah as anything else, as giving money. So giving back to your community is part of sadaqatul jariyah, and I enjoy doing it. And like I said, the fundraising part of it, if I look at the community that I target, that come and give their assistance, if one looks at that at any given time when we have a function, then it's actually people from the community where I live, where I grew up in, which is a vast majority of Muslim people, and I make them aware of the plight of other people who's not able to look after themselves.
Gishma's thirst for knowledge and her hunger to be better in her job has her enrolled at Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University, where she's pursuing a management development program.
I've always wanted to actually further my communication qualification. I've got a diploma in journalism, that is in addition to a BA degree and and a diploma in teaching. However, I wanted to do a master's in communication, and somehow I just got the opportunity through the company to do a management development course. And I thought to myself, you know, as a manager, I actually would like to know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, and I feel that a course like that would put me on the right track for it. And I started my first year, it's a 2-year program, And I completed my first year, busy with my second year now. And I must say what I get out of this course, because it's all about management, it's strategic management. It's management in the 21st century. And we know we're dealing with different people. And it just teaches you how to manage people throughout the organization, the different generations.
Juggling a successful career, family and community service can take its toll, but it seems Gishma relishes the daily challenge. In many countries, Muslim women are still struggling with just being recognized. But in South Africa and through people like Gishma, they are taking their rightful place in society.
So often, small cities lose their best people, so it's always inspiring to find gems like Gishma. Maulana Ibrahim Bam is ready with this week's Q&A.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the viewers of An Nur the Light, and this is a segment on the question and answers. We have received many questions from the viewers and we will endeavor to answer some of them. However, before we start off with a question, I think it is important for us to begin by praising the Almighty for His innumerable favors upon us, and we send salutations upon all the messengers of the Almighty, including our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him. Amongst the questions we have received from the viewers, one is, Maulana, can you please explain the muta marriage and is it permissible? Shukran. The ulama and the scholars have said that this is not permissible. And amongst the reasons why it is not permissible is it detracts from the sanctity, decorum, and objectives of marriage. Marriage is what Allah Ta'ala in the Holy Quran says, mithaqan ghaliza, a very powerful covenant. Marriage is something that is sacred. Marriage is something in which there is commitment from the husband to the wife. And as far as possible, unless there are other circumstances, a man gets married with the intention of keeping it till the day he dies. Unless, of course, the partners could not agree upon one another, where then Islam allows a divorce to take place within certain conditions. And keeping these objectives of marriage in mind, which Islam has envisaged and Islam has explained, the aspect of a temporary marriage that is dependent upon a time frame is something that takes away from the sanctity and the decorum and objectives of marriage, thus not allowed. Another question which have been received is, Maulana, I am married for 6 years as a second wife. My husband never sleeps over at my house because he must say that he must first wait for the first wife to accept me. He's never by me on Eid and Ramadan. What can I do in this situation, and is this correct for him to do so? In terms of this question, the acceptance of the second wife by the first wife does not affect the husband's obligation to fulfill the second wife's right in any way. He is obliged and compelled by Islamic law to fulfill the rights of the second wife and to treat both wives equally in terms of finance and in terms of time. That is a requirement and a condition for him to get married to more than one wife. If he cannot do so, if he cannot maintain equality, then the Quran says, فَوَاحِدَةً, then he must remain with one wife. And that is the reality. The only exception would be that a second wife willingly foregoes some of her rights and say that, all right, I'm prepared to get married to you for whatever reason, but I'm prepared, instead of saying, having one night, as per the Islamic command, I'm prepared to forego some of my rights. And the third question that we have received, can a stepson be a mahram to a stepmother or a stepsister? The stepmother will always be a mahram. Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَا تَنْكِحُوا مَا نَكَهَ آبَاؤُكُمْ. Do not get married to those women whom your father has got married to. However, a stepsister is not necessarily a mahram. So we hope that these answers that have been provided to the questions that have been posed to the An Nur question and answer segment, we have been able to come to some sort of fruition. If anyone needs further clarification, they can contact us or the An Nur, and do keep the questions coming to An Nur. Jazakumullah. Assalamu alaikum.
Please don't hesitate to send us your questions via email or get hold of us on social media, and we will get Maulana Bam to give you a learned and informed answer. The Al Ansar Home Industry Market Day happens every quarter, and we attended to find out exactly what is on show.
The Al Ansar Foundation has continuously grown its offering to the KwaZulu-Natal community, and their Home Industry Market Day is something that everyone looks forward to.
The Home Industry Day was created as a platform to empower our Muslim women or our people that are within our community who don't have the funds to go out and open up a business. So this is something that a platform again for them to showcase their creative things that they have. Everything from clothing to your savories, to your baking, to arts and crafts, as well as your handmade jewelry. Everything's happening right here. The foods that are available, we have everything from your samosas to vades, as well as Turkish pires, which is something new, exotic, Chinese food as well, cuisine, and lots.
With the job market shrinking every year, Home Industry offers a way for people to not only create work, but also develop their entrepreneurial skills. The market for homemade is ever expanding, and this has created opportunity and an industry.
One of the requirements is that they have to be making something themselves at home. It's got to be a home industry thing that they do from home, and no established businesses or anything are basically allowed to use it. This is advertising for them. This is a marketing platform for them to get exposure. And then what they do is they have business cards, they have the details which they give out to the public. And with that I would say that the market day sustains them for the next few couple of weeks or months until the next one is.
I'm actually a fashion and textile designer. When my little daughter was born, I had to leave work and see to her at home. So I thought, why not come up with something innovative and supply to other moms what I'd like to use for my kids. So that's how it all started. Well, it's going 3 years now.
Most people involved here do so because they love what they do. Ideas are innovative and they often have to dig deep to see it come to fruition. This market provides them with an opportunity to showcase their wares.
Okay, basically, I'm doing trendy and unique mom and baby accessories and decor. I specialize in nursery decor as well. So anything and everything to do with moms and their little tots. For us Muslim women, we don't like to be exposed when feeding our kids. So our nursing covers are a very big hit at the moment. We have our baby nest, which you just put your baby in and carry wherever you go. Portable diaper change mats. Take it to the park, to weddings, to any function. Everything is inside. It's a bag and you change your baby from there. Our little feeding pillows that go around the baby's neck, it helps with the bottle that goes in between. This is the only fair that I do. I don't do anything else, and this is the only one. And I get a lot of customers from here.
Al Ansar supports the industry not only through their premises, but ensures the market is advertised widely on their radio shows.
Well, the radio station gets involved, I would say, with marketing. Basically promoting now what Al Ansar Foundation is having. Any projects, like I said, I spoke about the diaper drive as well. Any projects that we are doing, we promote it via radio, which is our medium towards to the community as well. Alhamdulillah, it's been very successful. Like I said, because it's been successful, therefore we've got regular, loyal clients that come through and come for the marketing.
Farah is passionate about seeing the market become an even bigger success. Her plans for the future include expanding it and adding an even greater variety.
It happens 4 times a year. We try to have one every quarter year. So I would say 4 times a year, and it's been running for the past 4 years now. It's not very challenging, but you have your challenges, I would say your general challenges on the day of the market itself. But prior to that, I think we've got a lot of stallholders that have been with us over the years. And throughout, like I said, because it's 4 times a year, they have been supporting Market Day. Whatever projects we have, they get involved with that.
The greatest beneficiaries of the market are traders and their clients, but Al Ansar's platform enables them to do this. From humble beginnings to bigger and better is something that aptly describes the foundation. And with this home industry market, they show that the community is at the heart of what they do.
For those wanting to send us community notices for our monthly events calendar, please don't take too long. We need these at least a month in advance and we'll include it in both our show and on social media. It's time now for this week's travel segment, and we visited Hout Bay in the Western Cape.
Come the weekend and the Bay Harbour Market is the place to be when visiting Hout Bay. It started out small but has grown to be the most hip and happening place this side of the mountain.
The Bay Harbour Market is this amazing, energetic place. So this is an old fish factory that's on the edge of the Indian Ocean, beautiful Chapman's Peak over there. But it's really, we like to call it a celebration of South African culture, creativity and course. Because the food, as you can see, is one of our really amazing offerings. So it's a platform for social integration. Hout Bay is an amazingly heterogeneous social enclave. So what we try to do is to bring all these people together to celebrate life, really, in this amazing place.
The market offers entrepreneurs a place to showcase their wares, and there's something for everyone. From arts and crafts to food and entertainment, quirky designs take center stage. Hout Bay has always been an eclectic place, and the market fits right in.
We have about 120 odd stalls. 25% of them are food, so a wonderful array of food. But then we've been very particular about our sort of fashion and craft. You can buy jewelry from 150 grand a piece down to 200 grand a piece. Fashion, the same thing. So we've hand-selected these crafters who make their own goods, whether it's fashion, whether it's jewelry, whether it's homeware, whether it's art, and there's a wonderful array.
Come early to avoid the big crowds, but also come armed with a wallet and an appetite. This is a much-loved place by locals who are always welcoming of others. One of Hout Bay's most iconic landmarks is Fish on the Rocks, a family-run business that has been trading from the same location for more than 40 years.
My mother, in 1967, my mother took a shop over called Snooky's Cafe, and they specialized in smoked snook. But when we took over in '88 from her, the smoked snook side has died down, so we turned it into a fish and chip shop. And it's been hard work for the last 28 years, but successful.
Deep-fried and deliciously crumbed calamari is freshly prepared using a secret recipe that has been handed down from mother to daughter. Hake, snook and prawns are the other favorites, and many a visitor has left here longing back for more.
Our most popular thing is the hake and chips, but also snook people, especially from Transvaal, when they come here, they want to taste snook, so snook and chips. And then we do prawns and calamari as well. We have lots of well-known people that come here, but they just don't want to be recognized, and they just want something casual. So we give them that space to, we don't fuss over them or take pictures with them and stuff like that. We leave them to be, and that's what they enjoy coming here for, you know, just to be normal and have fish and chips out of a newspaper bag.
An afternoon well spent in the company of fish and chips has got to go down as one of the better pastimes any person can allude to. Hout Bay is a working harbour, and no visit is complete without a boat trip. From early morning to late afternoon, people come from near and far to experience this.
We do about 7 trips a day. Our first trip goes from 8:30. We do several trips then in the morning, and then our afternoons we do longer trips where we go from the harbour to the island, and then we also go around to the big shipwreck in Maury Bay, which is of the Bos 400, and back again, and that trip takes an hour.
As the ship casts off, passengers get comfortable and set sail for Seal Island. Experienced crew make the trip seem effortless, and soon they're at their destination.
I'd recommend anybody to come and do the trip. It's a fun activity, it's beautiful scenery. It's a great way to experience nature in its natural environment, to see the seals in their natural environment, to experience going out on a boat if you've never been out on a boat before, being out on the ocean.
The stars of the trip are undoubtedly the seals who frolic in the ocean meters away. Visitors get to see them up close and personal. But remember to bring some good smelling salts with, as the seal stench can be quite overpowering.
I've heard so many good things about that fish and chips shop, so be sure to stop by when you're next in Hout Bay. Sadly, we've come to the end of this week's episode, but don't despair, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Playing us out is the brand new nasheed Oceans Apart by South African nasheed group Unity. From me, Mara Mokwanda, Salang Hantle, Assalamu alaikum.
When I think of the times you were here with me, it makes me smile so happily. Those were the days, but now you're far away. And I pray for the day when I'll see you again. May Allah protect you wherever you are. No matter where you are, you're never too far. Scaring my heart is where you will remain. And I promise you this until my dying day. Oceans apart, always in my heart. Many miles in between, but that doesn't mean you're gone. See, I'm running out in the liquor. May Allah protect you until we meet again, my friend. Time passes by, you're on my mind. Everything that I do reminds me of you. Rather believe in these words that I say. Nothing's the same since you're gone away. May Allah protect you wherever you are. No matter where you are, you're never too far. Here in my heart is where you will remain. And I promise you this until my dying day. Oceans apart, but always in my heart. Many miles in between, but that doesn't mean you're gone. Feel mine enough in the liquor. May Allah protect you until we meet again, my friend.
So many people in this life admit they come and go, but only some will remain as bonds are cast in stone. You made a mark in my life and became a part of me. Thinking of you not as a friend but as my family. Remember when we got together for the first time? Started from the bottom, hit the stage and had a good time. I know it's all become a part of our history, faded in the background, part of our memories. You'll always be our friend until the very end.
Oceans apart.